Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Leo. If Leo is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so our card tonight is the Aon. We have TT here with us tonight. From the jump, she already decided to get up on the table and be held before I even started. Okay, so let's begin. If you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. When you do, it'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Okay, so we have some pretty detailed images here. And TT, I love you, girl, but mommy's gonna have to put you down for a second because I want to get in here and look at these formations closely. Now, this one's interesting. Look at this. It looks like a person. You can see the face, and the hair is kind of wildly blown this way. And it looks like they're holding up. Wow. What is that you're holding up? Let's look at this other person. There's another person up here who is holding, it looks like, and maybe a cup. I was going to say hourglass, but I think it is the Ace of Cups. And then over here holding a box of some kind. And this, I mean, just so interesting. You know what it reminded me of immediately is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What's his name? Leatherface. But I don't think that's what this is. And holding, I'm going to say it looks like a candle. Okay. It looks like a candle, but also next to it, it looks like we have the goddess. So it also kind of reminds me of a phallic symbol. Okay. And very interesting. So I feel like there is a sense of, and I feel like it's the same person. Almost if you could imagine this is like a graphic novel or something. It's like zoomed in to the detailed face where it was kind of further out here. And so I do feel like there's a sense of the magician, really. I mean, having all of the components coming together here. Within the little box, it kind of looks like there is a little dagger here too. So we kind of have all elements really being shown here. And so we have that water, we have the air, we have the fire, and with the goddess, I'll say the earth, right? Maybe a earth goddess or a primordial beginning goddess. And so, I feel that there's a sense of finding great balance in your life, but even more than that, it is a sense of kind of uncovering these aspects of self that you are able to kind of manifest whatever it is that you are going after. I really do think that this is a period of time where things that you really have been desiring, working towards, right? The things that you feel that you want in your life, they are coming to pass because you've been mastering these aspects of self, and that is, mind, emotionality, your passions, your creative fires, and with the earth and material to build the things that you are trying to achieve. And so this really, I can't imagine a time that will be, more hopeful, of course, with when we begin, and we have the Aon card. So this is cycles, right? Cycles, and so we're in this rebirth period, and very optimistic. I think enjoying the work that you're doing. I think it's flowing out into other aspects of your life. I feel like you maybe are a little more in love with things. You're enjoying yourself. There's a little pep in your step. And I think that you're very motivated. I can also imagine that some of your old wants, your old goals, dreams, these are, they seem like they've been put away for a while, but emerging once more, because it seems like, some of the stuff is really attainable, where even just, 6 months ago, you maybe thought, I absolutely am never going to do any of the things that I hoped I would, or at least, some of the bigger things. And here, there's a shift, and it is because it really does come down to the fact that you have decided to change how you are living. I mean, how you are experiencing the world. I think really shifting your perception of things, it loosens you out of the grip that you are in, or the rut that you are in. And I think, you start to you maybe work a little harder on your passion projects, your creativity, your seeking fulfilling work that brings in resources that you need. And so, I think that this is really going to be a year of immense growth. And I think, the beginning of some financial security. Okay. And I've seen it in the readings. I really feel like, this is going to be that year where, looking at the outside world, you might think, it's impossible to get ahead. It's, absolutely everything is falling apart. I don't know what to do. I'm just like another person among many people who are struggling, and that might be true. But I really feel that, against many odds, you are actually going to end up doing much better than you ever imagined. And I think that just in general, there is a sense of great fortune, not only in your direct life, but in the people around you. Okay. There seems to be this feeling of people, of a collective group of people really coming up. And I think it's important that you surround yourself with people who have motivation, who have vision, people who are doing things, right? It took me a long time to realize that, first of all, that I have to be way more picky about who I let into my personal life, into my sacred spaces within my life. But as we get older, into your 30s and 40s and such, and hopefully you start to really, it's quality over quantity. But even more than that, I realize I need to have people who are busy, not just mindlessly busy, just taking on stress because it, is what we do. But people who are busy with things that they care about. People who are educating themselves, who are learning how to do things, who have projects, who have drive, who are interested in figuring things out. And being around people like that will change how you feel about life. It is infectious. It's hard to hang out with people who are always like, building stuff and trying different things, different sports, or going different places, and whatever it is. For some reason, I just thought of like 3D printing or something, just random stuff, crafting and creating and joining clubs and starting a book club, or whatever it is. Having people that are like that in your life, I mean, it absolutely does motivate you to do things that you care about, to try stuff that maybe you've never tried. And a life that is filled with that kind of quality experiences, things that are enriching, just the moments of your life, that is invaluable. I mean, it absolutely, it's important. And I'm not, listen, if you are in a state of melancholy, depression, these kinds of things, I'm not saying that, just learning how to knit is going to fix it. Building a greenhouse or something, that's going to fix it. Which, shout out, I want to learn. I want to build a greenhouse so bad. Also a root cellar. But, these things aren't going to fix our deeper problems. But I do feel like it absolutely gives you purpose, and to be excited about trying stuff, just to be excited about, I don't know, just doing things that, maybe you thought you would never do, surprising yourself. Now, let's take a look. I keep staring at this. We have a 27, okay? 27, that's important. We also have, it looks like an S and maybe a V or a U, okay? And now we have a 7 right here, another 7. And I want to go back. What was the first thing I looked at? I can't. Oh, we have a big. Oh, look at that. We have a big heart with an arrow in it. A big heart with an arrow. Wow. Okay, so a real sense of love coming through. I wanted to see what I was looking for first, though. Where did you go? Oh, we have a dog right here smelling a flower. Look, it looks like a cute little dash hound. Is that what they're called? I don't know. I'm not good with dog names, breeds. I don't know. But something cute. And so we have it's a stop and smell the flowers. But I also feel like there's a sense of great loyalty here. When we have the dog, that's what it is. There's a sense of loyalty, a best friend, a good friend, somebody who you trust, okay? Oh, and we also have a fish right here. Look at that fish. You can see the tail right here, a fin, maybe kind of a stripe next to the dog. So maybe you will be doing some kind of work with a good friend. Maybe you're going into business, have a side hustle, doing something. Maybe you work with your best friend, but I do think that this is going to be, with the fish, it is always abundance. So I could see you getting into a place where you're doing something together, where you're raising money, making resources, and that seems like, it brings a little bit of happiness to your life. Now we have this, you must be in love. You're absolutely in love. You better be. No. But we also have another heart with an arrow through it. So there is a sense of, you are in a state of, love, sensuality, desire, lust. Yeah. And this one's a big one. So this seems like it's going to be a really prominent thing for you coming up. And this is going to change things a bit. Now, this might be an existing relationship, of course, but I do think that it is, kind of a rebirth, another rebirth here within your relationship and getting closer, growing closer together. Now, it could also be that there's a love outside of your primary relationship, or maybe you are a person who is not currently involved with anybody, and there is kind of a love beginning to, come together within your life. And I think this is a thing. It's almost, I feel like this is like going to be tied into a muse for you. Okay, this is, and you look up here, there's a bird kind of flying above the heart. So there's a sense of your emotions, your spirit being lifted. I feel like a lot of us do our best work when we're in love, don't we? At least it makes it more interesting, if you can stay on task. And so I feel like this is a time where you are really deeply in love or in desire, really kind of lusting after somebody, having a nice connection. And I feel that this is going to really make the season for you. This will be a time of cheesy poetry and long conversations and things like this. And that's nice. It feels like it is a good thing for you, definitely. Now, below it, we have a serpent, okay? And you can see its tongue is kind of out there. And it feels like, it does feel like this isn't just like our serpent of knowledge. But this is maybe somebody in the background kind of keeping an eye on what you're doing. But also, what it really feels like to me is like somebody who really is drawn to your high vibrating lifestyle, just what they perceive as like mindless, happiness and joy, and like, why can't I have that? I work hard. I should have a good life like that, but they don't. This is a person who lives in this very superficial, jealous zone, and I feel like this is somebody who maybe could get kind of grimy, and so I feel like this is if you know who I'm talking about, even maybe you don't, but it is a good time to maybe be extra careful with what you're sharing with people, kind of like the things that you are, however you're curating your life online, because this is really the big place, right? Online, where people see what's going and they think, oh, it's all perfect over there. I wish I had that. Oh, I don't, I can't believe that they're doing good. Well, I should be doing better than, whatever, whatever people tell themselves. And I think that, it's always, I think anyways, in my mind, it's worth holding back some of the information about your life. We don't need to share everything with everybody. I think that having things for yourself, being private in areas, and just really watching out for people like this, because ultimately, if I've learned anything from like true crime stuff I've watched, it's like always the like person you like you just underestimate their treachery, because they don't matter. It's not even somebody that's on your radar most of the time. It's just like or it's somebody that you've known for so long, family, friends, whatever, and you think, oh, okay, they'd be happy for me. I want to share, and people, they just get in their feelings. And so we have to be careful, what we say, what we share with people. And, I wish it wasn't like that, but it really, it can really affect people that are, they're just they're not good at self-awareness, or how to process information, and not just immediately reflect it back out. Like, just always like they're being attacked, and it's like everything somebody else does it has something to do with like belittling them in some way. And we all know people that are like this, and ultimately, honestly, you have to kind of try to find a place of empathy, because my goodness, can you imagine having to live like that? And there's no way to dig yourself out of whatever you're in, if that's the way that you're operating. You have to focus on your own work. You have to do your own, really, really get in there and do the interior work and figure out, like, how can I make something for myself? Because I'm just spinning my wheels here, and being, looking at other people's lives and how they're going, and being envious of that. It doesn't do anything. Hopefully, we look at people, and we're happy. We try to, be a little happy for them, but also be motivated. Like, hey, if this person figured out how to do something, maybe I can. Maybe I can capitalize on the things that I care deeply about my, unique ideas, my talents, my skills, and so on. And so anytime you're confronted with this type of person, I think it's important to be wary on some level, but also be, try to give them a little, a little pass there, because it has to be a difficult way of existing. Okay, so we have 2 birds and we have an owl. So we have some messages coming in from departed loved ones. We also have a hook. So I wonder if this is somebody who liked to go fishing. And I think it's somebody that maybe they taught you how to fish, somebody you spent time with, and I can just imagine like being taken out to go fishing, and so excited, and then you're like sitting there by the bank of the river or the lake or whatever, wherever you're out there fishing at, and cast it out, get it set up, cast it out, and then it sets in. We're going to be waiting for quite a while here. We're going to be waiting. And that's 90% of fishing, isn't it? So I think this is a place where maybe you learned some patience, and just to kind of be an active participant in the nature that is so much of you and within you and flowing out of you, and you are part of it. and you were part of it. And that's the thing I loved about fishing, because I always feel, so I don't really fish now, but when I was young, I did. And I always felt really bad when I would ever catch a little minnow or something. And, you know, but being able to just sit out there for like 6 hours, you know, and be with my family while I was doing it. And I remember getting, like, always getting yelled at because I'd go swimming or throw rocks into the water around where everybody was fishing. And it was like, you're scaring the fish. So anyways, you know, I think this is a place where we learn how to go slow, right? Take it one moment at a time. Wait, and take everything in. And that's a lovely place. So I feel like this is somebody you maybe have that connection with. Now we also have the owl there. So there's a sense of, being quite aware of your surroundings, the people who are around you. I also have an eye up here. There's an eye in the bowl. So again, this idea of being fully aware of the goings on around you. And this maybe is about that snake person, this jealous person. But this, you know, it could also just be that some things in your life need a little more attention. And so trying to be present and observant, okay? All right, so we have the Dreamers deck, 40 affirmations for pursuing your dreams. And I'm going to go ahead and flip through here. I'm going to stop where it feels right. And it says, I know that every dream in my heart is waiting to bloom. I am ready to grow. I am ready to grow. Love. Okay, Leo, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you, I love you, I love you, and I do. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such a pleasure and also an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you would like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all and they mean the world to me. Okay, I love you, I thank you, and we'll talk in just a few days. Good night.